This is the college hockey show. The college hockey show. We don't have an intro yet, but this is the college hockey show. I'm your host, Jeremiah Maxwell, aka the Sports Beard. With me is the degenerate Bostonian, Mike. How's it going, Mike?
It's great. It's a great day. It's Friday, man. 8 days away from puck drop. But who's counting?
Yes. So is that are you talking D1 hockey puck drop or
D1 hockey? 8 days, 7 if you include UMass versus Bentley taking the season full opener. But everyone kicks off in 8.
Okay, well, let's get right into it, man. We're gonna have a real quick show today for y'all. Mike's gonna go through the conferences. We're gonna talk about the top 20. I guess it's top 21 because Northeastern and Arizona State are tied for 20. Pretty awesome to see Arizona State in that top 20. But some of the usual suspects. Boston College, number 2. Behind me, got the Boston College Brian Leonard jersey up there. Denver, number 1, defending national champion. And then BU, all in your neighborhood. Then rounding out the top 5 is Michigan and North Dakota. You're wearing the North Dakota jersey today. I know. Let's just you run the show, man. Tell me what you think.
All right. Bentley's starting the year off. They're hosting UMass, the first game of the year. So we're going to start in the Atlantic. Last year, AIC was their representative. I think they're going to go back. I will say props to Bentley. The best steak and lobster you're ever going to get at a hockey game. Only place you can get that at a hockey game. So give Bentley.
What is this again? Say this again.
Steak and lobster at a hockey game, man. Anyone can get it at Bentley.
Oh, that sounds incredible, man. That's crazy.
It's one of the nicest arenas I've ever been in. I will put it honestly against TD Garden. It's absolutely beautiful.
Is that Bentley is North Dakota, right?
Bentley knows they're in Waltham, Massachusetts. Tiny little school.
Oh, okay.
But they got killer steak and lobster at their hockey games. Program's not great, but I got to give the shout out. That chef is mint. Those steak tips are nice.
Okay. All right. We have to go there sometime. I have to make the trip.
Kids under 10 are free too. So, bring the fam.
That's awesome, man. Hey, where else are you going to get news like this? So Mike's going to go through like the conferences where he thinks, and then just some of his betting stuff. We're going to go quick as wick. Quick show for you today, but we're going to try to be live every Friday, 2 p.m. to talk college hockey betting and just what's going on in college hockey, who's doing what and how's it going, all the way up to a live show at the Frozen Four, which Mike and I will have. Hopefully we can do like at a venue. We'll see. Probably from our hotel room, more than likely. But we'll call it good. But a venue would be cool. So take it away, Mike. Let us know.
Moving on from Atlantic, they'll have one team in the big dance because everyone gets one. But Big Ten, love this conference this year. My favorite school out of any team you're going to see me rooting for is Michigan. I'm not wearing their gear right now. They're in the top 5. I think they'll be ranked at the end of the year.
I got them 7th.
Yeah, the 7th. They're more of a 20. To be honest.
No, I mean the preseason NCL.
Yeah, I think they're going to fall.
Okay.
Yeah, I see them falling out. They lost a lot. Last year's actually supposed to be a rebuild year. They killed it in the transfer portal. As you saw, Frozen Four looked great. Sort of. Then BC beat them pretty badly. But they'll be ranked at the end of this year. Not totally in love. One of my picks to win it all, 7 miles away in East Lansing, Michigan State. Trey Augustine is sitting between the pipes. U.S. National Development kid for 2 years. Last year, he was a freshman. They were the number 4 team at the end of the regular season, a number 1 seed. They won the Big Ten. And I think the biggest issue they had is you had to play Michigan 5 times in 2 weeks. It's hard to beat someone 4 out of 5 in 2 weeks. They went 3 for 2, but Michigan ended up beating them in the last one, which was the round of 8 in the national tournament. Trey Augustine will be back. I've got him playing against BU in the finals. I think those are my 2 teams to win it all. And Trey Augustine that kid can stop anything.
BU and
Michigan State.
You have BU and Michigan State in the finals. Okay.
That's my final 2.
Okay, well they have BU ranked 3rd and Michigan State ranked 4th, so they're probably not far off. That's awesome. So Mike's giving it to you right now, and our friend Avi's in the chat. And he says BU going to sweep them November 1st and 2nd versus Wolverines. All right, I'm guessing Avi is BU fan. So
I will be there the Saturday game. I think that's the second. I'll be there.
Okay. Yeah, I got to get out for a bean pot one of these years and go with you, man. We got to go to a game.
That's bean pot is something special.
Yeah, we got to get to a game, man. Be really cool. Okay, continue on.
Last stop in the Big Ten is going to be Minnesota. They just grabbed Nathan Wood out of UConn. For anyone who followed Hockey East last year, the kid skates with the piano on his back, but puck's on his stick. It's going in the net. He had 3 goals in the third period on 4 shots against BC, turned a 5-1 game into a 5-4 nail-biter. Thankfully, BC pumped in the empty netter, so your boy here covered the spread. But Wood, if the puck's on his stick, he's going in the net. I think I don't have anything official, but my projection line for them is Wood on the left with Schmidt and Holgen. 2 guys that are, when talking to Gopher fans last year, they described them as jitterbugs. I just think they got a lot of energy. I think that's what a jitterbug is. Wood can't skate that well, but you put 2 jitterbugs with him, that kid's going to score. That kid's going to score a lot. Look for the Gophers to make another good run. I don't think there would. As I said, I think Michigan State's winning the Big Ten, but put the Gophers in the tournament. They'll be there with everyone else at the end of the year. Avi's right. Avi, yes. Good point. Northeastern is shutting down the famous Matthews Arena this year. It is sad. Good news, they are putting in parking for the new rink.
Isn't that where the Bruins used to play?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Celtics were there for a little bit. It's a great arena, but it is old. All right, half the seats, you're sitting like, wow, what's going on the other half of the rink? I don't know because I can't see it. You sit up top, you can't see the corner. That's just how that rink was built. It's so
over 100 years old, man. It's like 114 years old.
It's an awesome building. I'm convinced it's earthquake proof. But
yeah,
it does need to get redone. One of the biggest complaints in Northeastern was parking. So we're on Northeast. We'll jump into Hockey East. That's being from Boston. That's my favorite bracket or conference. I can get to all but 3 teams within an hour.
Okay.
So I think I'm pretty fortunate. I'm going to highlight October 5th, 6th, 7th. No, 10, 11, 12. I'll be at UNH Friday. I'm at a Bruins game Saturday at 1. I'm at BU at 7. I'm at UNH at 4 o'clock on Sunday. And I'm at BC at 8 o'clock on Sunday. 5 games, 3 days. I'm pumped.
So Hockey East is a powerhouse. Who's coming out? Who's coming out? You think BU?
So regular season, BC I have winning. But winning, going further in the tournament, I'm taking BU. Reason being, Fowler is better than Coran in that. And you will hear 100 out of 100 on my picks. I'm always taking the better goalie. BC is built for the regular season. I love Dean Latoine. I can't wait to go buy his jersey because he's a Bruins pick, and I'm looking forward to him in a couple of years wearing a Bruins sweater. I think he's actually going to do a good job, not a great job, but a good job replacing Connor Gauthier. It's big shoes to fulfill. I don't know how they're going to really do with Will Smith. So they're going to be great. I do think they win the regular season Hockey East. I have BU winning it all, or Michigan State, one of those two. I don't see them doing well in the tournament when you have to play, the top dogs. Not that Hockey East is no slouch. I think the top 4 are nothing but rivals. UNH and Maine, all Korea. And I got to give a shout out to Evan Gray. Love you, man.
They got Maine 12 this year in the preseason poll. So.
Yep. I think UNH is going to surpass them. Is that a bias because one of my cousins is on the Frozen Four team? Definitely not. Probably. But they are, preseason ranked. They did lose their goalie, but I like the kid behind him. I think he's going to be good. I will say pregame ceremony. I love UNH. They're one of the best in the country in the game. Even Spit and Chicklets put Maine up there as in the top 3 with North Dakota and Western Michigan. For those who have never been to Maine, it's a sight to see. Buy your tickets early. That arena is electric. The fans, they know everything there is to know about the other goalie. But the top 4 there, UNH, Maine, BU, BC, I think those 2 rivals are going to be great this year. I think regular season-wise, I said BC is going to come out. Northeastern, I don't love them this year. I think they sneak in the top 8. And for Hockey East. I think they make a small run. But
they have them tied for 20th with Arizona State. So
yeah, I love Arizona State this year. I think someone just brought up NCHC, which is
Avi said, Hockey East will be the best conference in the year, and the NCHC is definitely second close than the Big Ten, is what he believes. So it's good to have Avi with us.
Yeah, love it. No, I actually think Arizona State, like last year, they were good enough to make the tournament. Their schedule was just horrendous. I think with like 15 games to go, they mathematically couldn't get in, even if they won out. And they did win out. But they couldn't get in because there was no strength of schedule. And that's a problem as an independent. They're going to have plenty of strength this year. Plenty of it. You're playing North Dakota. You're playing Denver. You're playing St. Cloud. You're going to play Colorado College, who I actually think is a sleeper pick to make a lot of noise in the NCHC this year. I don't know. They don't have any superstars, but something about that team – I know they got snubbed last year by, was it 0.009 points, and UMass got in instead of them. Don't sleep on the Bears out there in Colorado College. They're gonna do something.
They have them ranked 11th.
So. Yeah, they're gonna be there. Like
they used to be in the WCHA and play UAA, and they've always dominated them. So.
UAAs, I'm looking forward to seeing them. I feel bad. They're going to come out and play in Stonehill's barn, which is a joker, 1,500 person arena. But
that'll probably be more than they're used to getting. So
don't say that, man.
Yeah. I don't know where they're playing. I think they're back at the Sullivan Arena. I'm not sure. So that holds about 6,500. But usually Alaska's fickle, man. If they're not good, people don't show. So. Mike got me paid at NCHA last 2 years. Handicap 2 cop is in the so one of your buddies is in here giving you props. Handicap to cap.
Oh, that's got to be Otto.
Yeah,
we banged him pretty good there. I may or may not have hit an 8-way parlay last year to start the tournament. It was a hell of a first day.
That's the way to go, buddy. That's the way to go.
I did get greedy. I will submit I do a 16-way parlay every year. I hum $20 on it and hope for the best. Last year I hit 12. 2 years ago I did hit 16.
Now, when you hit 12, do they give you the luxury to cash out?
Probably, but I was.
Dude, you got to because that's probably what $900,000, right?
I don't know what it was. I mean, there was a lot of heavy favorites too. Like this was when Quinnipiac won it all. So it was like Minnesota minus 5,000 is in that parlay.
That is definitely Otto. He is confirming that.
Yeah.
That is, so.
People, if you want to bet football, you go hit up Otto.
All right,
he will treat you very, very well.
Check out Handicap to Cap. I guess that's his YouTube name.
He'll treat you well.
Yeah.
I will post that 16 person. I think my big issue is when I hit it, I'm also betting every game. So like I'm probably more looking at the $100 bet I've got on XYZ team, and I'm forgetting that I got this 16 teamer. If I can cash out, I'll have to keep an eye on it. The other part is
you like FanDuel? What do you
I use MGM.
Okay. So it's got to be on your thing. I imagine they give you an option.
The issue is, so this year's bracket for me is in Manchester, New Hampshire. I'm Massachusetts based, so it's no good. I'd have to leave the game. I guess for if the right amount of money, I can leave a hockey game early. But
dude, I understand you though. It's so hard for me. You never leave a game early, man. I've been at a game where they're losing 6-0. They come back and win in overtime. Like you just can't leave a game early.
Well, I mean, you brought up a good point. If it's $20 and it's $9,000, I'm like, well, yeah, maybe I can leave early.
Yeah, that's the next exception to the rule. Okay, so are you done talking about Hockey East, or did you?
Yeah, we're off Hockey East. Moving on. I'll do a quick buzz on CCHA.
Okay, hold on. I'll get that. CCHA.
Yep. So
just remind the listeners who's all in that.
Augustina, Benji State, Bowling Green, Ferris State, Lake Superior, the Miners of Michigan Tech, Minnesota State, Northern Michigan, and St. Thomas, the new guys rounding out the block.
Beautiful Bemidji State. They used to be in the WCHA as well.
They had some good teams. I like them.
That campus is gorgeous, dude.
I've never been.
Yeah.
They're a team you'll actually see me throw a couple of picks on this year within the conference, along with Bowling Green, along with Michigan Tech. I think Michigan Tech's going to come out with it. I am intrigued by Northern Michigan. Their coach gutted the roster, kept all but 3 guys. It's his first year. He said he wants to go with his own squad. I respect it. So I don't know how to read that team. I'm actually really excited to follow them. As I said, only 3 guys stayed. A lot of freshmen, but you're going to have a 20-man roster, 17 new bodies. So we'll see. For those that were at the Boston Frozen Four, Minnesota State was one of my 2 teams to pick. I had Michigan. So once again, Denver defeated both of my picks. I really hate that school. They've knocked me out 5 times.
Well, stop betting against them, bro.
It's preseason. I guarantee it. It's going to be Denver against Michigan State in one of these brackets, and I'm going to go, great. Well, everyone bet Denver because I bet Sparta. That's I'm saying I'm helping everyone out. But let's go another power conference here is ECAC.
Yeah, ECSE. Before we go, Avi goes, he thinks the NCAA tournament needs 24 teams, not 16.
So, Avi, they are adding a new conference. Stonehill's going to be in it. Long Island may get in it. St. Mike's is going to be in it for those that are from Vermont. St. Mike's, they're trying to pull UVM. UVM has said no because they don't want to leave Hockey East. But in terms of school size, like St. Michael's was the biggest school I remember reading. That's like 12,000 or 15,000 students. Mostly D3. Endicott College was going to make the jump if they formed it. And with that formation of the conference, we would be eligible for 24 teams. I'm against that conference because Endicott is a wonderful powerhouse in D3. I got a real issue with them coming up. Like Stonehill, another school, I hate bagging on teams, but like they weren't great. And Endicott was great in D3. Stonehill was not. And now they're D1. And
yeah,
to me, I'm just like, this is I don't know.
And instead of doing regional too, like I feel like it is the most idiotic thing in hockey to do regional games. Just put the game in the higher seeds barn. Until you get to the Frozen Four. And it would be so, and then the Frozen Four is what it is. There's going to be less fans. But like just put the games in the home team's barn. The higher seed. If you
love the regionals.
What?
I love the regional. I get 2 games. 2 years ago, Bridgeport, Connecticut had it, and Springfield had it, and Providence had it. And Thursday I had 2 games. Friday I had 2 games. Saturday, and then I got Sunday. And then
but you don't need to do it, man. It's a waste of money. You could save money. I mean, I guess you could do the final 8 in a regional.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like that, like Avi said, let's go to a 32 or a 24 team thing. Like UAF should have got in a couple years. I mean, I just feel like it's subjective how they let these teams in, and they should let more teams in. Let's get more teams in. It gives these kids exposure. And that's what I want for them. Man, we're getting a lot of people in here, dude. That's awesome.
I would like to see the 20 go to 24. Your top 8's get a bye. But that first game is absolutely in the home barn of the higher seed. And I don't want to do I get it. You got to protect the gate. You got to get ticket sales. You got to make money because you don't make money.
But you're going to make money if they're at the home barns. Like they're going to sell.
That's what I mean. I don't want to, like last year there was a rule BU couldn't go to Springfield because UMass was the host team. So they sent them out to South Dakota. And I'm like, I get it. But I'm like, that's crap. BU's the number 2 team in the country.
Yeah, and they would have traveled to Springfield. Are you kidding me? Like, is it UMass in Springfield? Am I wrong?
Yeah. So, and BU's got a lot of
I used to live in Springfield, by the way.
Yeah, see, like it would have been a crazy game. But like I get it why they had to move, but like this defend the gate stuff. Pios, sorry. You guys hosted a regional. You had 1,300 people show up. Shame on you. To the people that chose Lindenwood as their home site, pick a bigger arena, please.
Yeah.
4 teams that average over 10,000 a game, and you put it in
get the NHL involved, and let's have these at NHL Arena.
Yes. Yeah,
how nice was it? I mean, it was great in Tampa. It was great at the Excel Energy Center in Minneapolis. Like, why?
Cornell Big Red, they play a game in Madison Square Garden every year. And guess what? They don't always sell it out, but they get a lot of tickets. You're still getting like 15,000 a game.
People, right?
Like Cornell Big Red. Actually, I'm going to use that to tangent to ECAC. Cornell Big Red. They're winning the ECAC this year.
I'm getting cold. Sorry.
It's all good, man.
It's 42 degrees here in Alaska, so it's starting to get cold.
I think we're like 70, 71 right now. It's nice.
Yeah, that's perfect, right? Yeah, the fall is, the fall hits different here. We don't have very long fall. We probably have winter here in about a month, so it won't go away for about 6. So, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. So CCHA. You were talking
ECAC. We're going to tangent.
Okay.
I love the Cornell Big Red. They're one of my favorite teams to watch. They're just like Clarkson and St. Lawrence. Those 3 teams are extremely entertaining. Good speed, and if you like old school, let's go beat them, and maybe we'll win the game. Hockey. Those. Cornell, St. Lawrence, Clarkson, those 3 schools are the most physical teams I've ever seen play hockey. It is absolutely mind-boggling how hard those teams hit. Cornell does a very good job of picking up goal scorers as well. And I think this is my reach pick of the year, a Frozen Four team in Cornell because of Ian Shane. That guy is nuts. I think he can win a Richter or at least be a Richter finalist. So that is why I'm putting Cornell they're a reach school, but I've got them in my Frozen Four. I really, really like them. Quinnipiac will make a good run. Unfortunately, the ECAC, this is a down year for them. Harvard's good. That's the best I got for them. They're good. Brown's going to have a better year than normal, but still we're going to put them slightly above 500, just like Union. So it really but I cannot say enough good things about Cornell this year coming out of the ECAC. I love them. But I can't not doubt Quinnipiac because coaching. I mean, we saw them, what they've done year after year after year. I think it's mind-boggling what they do.
Okay, so let me ask you this real quick, not to be off the subject. ECAC is Harvard, Yale, like that's
basically Ivy League.
What's up with the Pac-12? Is that still a conference
forming?
So so is it still USC, Cal, Stanford, Washington, Oregon State, Utah, Colorado? Are all those still in the Pac-12 as far as hockey? So
the Pac-12 doesn't have the main Division I. They're in the UCCHA? So like they're a pretty good hockey conference, but they're not in the same. To put it in football terms, like Alabama's in the FBS, North Dakota's in the FCS. So whatever the equivalent to FCS, that's the Pac-12, but that is coming. Like a lot of them are in the works. Arizona still plays Arizona State every year, even though Arizona State went Division I, like the main Division I, they still play Arizona, and sometimes the Wildcats win. So like, don't sleep on the Pac-12 when they come alive. But at the moment, no, they're okay in that low. But that's already in the works.
So the Big Ten, but the Big Ten has got one now, right? Because Minnesota's now in there. They formerly used to be in the WCHA.
The Illinois Fighting Illini is going to be here next year or
Illinois has Michigan State, Wisconsin, Ohio State, Penn State, Rutgers.
They're working on a team. They have a club team that's doing pretty well. So it's exciting. Maryland just got a club team. They're already in the Big Ten, so we'll see.
Okay. Yeah. Maryland, they have the Under Armour money, man. Like, let's see.
Oregon just moved in the Big Ten, and their hockey team made it to the round of 16 last year.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if they'll make the jump because they get like 23,000 people a game. Like, holy
Why
gate.
wouldn't you? Why would you not go D1? I'm telling you, I think that the Canadian kids sued the NCAA
Yep.
to play. I don't know where that's at. I think there's a couple pending lawsuits. I think basically with NIL, it's gonna make all these junior
they
kids.
won't. We had the first commit. He went from the Colts, right? CCHL Colts or WHL Colts. He committed to University of Denver.
So I think the Barrie Colts are in the OHL.
Colts, there it is. Yeah,
that's where our good friend Rico lives.
Yep. So that was the first commit.
Yeah.
He'll be at U Denver, not this season. He's going to be a Colt one more year, and then he'll be a Pio. So I think that'll do wonders.
That's what I'm saying. We're about to expand the prospect pool. How many kids play in Canadian juniors? And when they're done, yes, they can go to Canadian college. But you can come and play in the States for 5 years and get a degree on top of that at a prestigious university. I just think it's going to flush in a lot. And everybody goes, oh, it's going to kill the U.S. juniors. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not going to kill the U.S. juniors. The U.S. juniors program is going to continue to survive. The USHL is going to continue to survive. And the U.S. development program is also going to continue to survive. I believe it's only going to get better. So, yeah. I know Alabama has a club team. Like, I can't wait.
Auburn just went varsity.
Like, come on, let's get SEC in there too, man. Like, I know these Southern. Look, you can't go to a Tampa Bay game. The fans sell out. It's always really good group, and you can't tell me, oh, I went to Leafs playoff games. They were not the dominant force. There was 85% was Tampa Bay fans. The Nashville Predators draw well. You said Maryland. The Washington Capitals are 6 years removed from a Stanley Cup. Like, there's a lot of hockey interest in Maryland. Like, the Hockey East, it's not far. A lot of those kids from those areas, it's funny. Like Jeff Halpern, assistant coach he's a Virginia guy, So,
look at Austin Matthews. He said if the Coyotes weren't a team, he never would have played hockey.
Yeah. So, yeah, good God, man. Crazy. We saw he was at the goal that Alex Ovechkin scored on his ass.
So we're creeping up on time. So we'll say week 1 matchups that I want to highlight. Michigan, Minnesota State. That's probably the best one I see in that week 0, week 1 time frame.
Okay.
October 5th. But the week after, we go to East Lansing, and we see Boston College play Michigan State, and everyone needs to put that on their calendar.
Which one is that?
Boston College and Michigan State. That is October 11th and October 12th. Everybody put that on your calendar. That is a 2 pair of games that you need to watch. ESPN Plus will have it because Hockey East has a contract with them. The Big Ten Network will also have it.
October what?
11th and 12th. They play back
to back. Are you going to those games?
No, it's in East Lansing.
Okay, so do you want to maybe we do a live stream for one of them?
Yeah, if I can pull it off, definitely. But everyone needs to mark their calendars because that oh my God, that is you have a Richter finalist. And Fowler for Boston College.
Yep.
And Augustine, I think, is going to make another run at the Richter. As I said, I think Ian Shane.
Who won it last year?
Fowler.
Okay, yeah. I was like, you said finalist, but I was like, I thought he won it.
Yeah, he won it. But I think he's going to be a finalist again. I think Augustine playing for Michigan State will be a finalist. I think Ian Shane wins it this year. I really do. But just the amount of firepower you're going to see at those teams. It's something like 18 drafted players between the two. And, opening the year up. I do have to talk about my Wolverines. They're playing Arizona State same weekend. I think Arizona State is going to be in the big tournament this year. And I think they're 20 right now. Look for them to finish single digits. I really think them. I
Well,
think
and they are going to be. I mean, all the hockey starved people in Arizona, like our main man that covered the Coyotes forever, the Arizona sports guy. They're going to be going to those games.
It's a beautiful arena. I want to go to one game.
Yeah. Like it holds 60,
65, I think, 75, something like that.
I think it's in between 55 and 65. Still plenty enough for a college arena.
Perfect.
Mullet Arena, if you don't know, where the Coyotes played last year is where Arizona State plays. So Arizona State essentially played enough arena that was good enough for an NHL team. Well, not good enough to keep them there, but good enough. I'm telling you, I like, look at what Denver's been doing. Look at what Colorado College has done in the past. Like, it's 100%, man. The West is coming. I don't know why we're not seeing more. And this is good. There's no shortage of kids that play hockey. So,
especially the state of Colorado, that is such a hotbed. Rapidly rising in NHL draft picks. I think there were a couple of years ago they were in the 30s, and now they're in the 20s for amongst U.S. states. So.
Yeah, when I was there for the Stanley Cup parade for the Colorado Avalanche was what, 2021?
Yeah, yep. I still got Nate McKinnon's puck.
So they had like a junior team that had won a championship there. They had and then, of course, the Denver had won. So it was like, and now they have the most national championships too, do they not? I believe
they are the most decorated team, 10 national championships with 28 Frozen Fours.
And they passed Minnesota, right?
They passed Minnesota, Michigan, and it was at last year's Frozen Four. There were 4 teams tied with 9.
Yeah.
Denver is the first to 10. Michigan, Minnesota.
Shout out David Carl, Anchorage, Alaska.
I'm drawing a blank on that 4th team. But yeah, they are. Bios are officially the most decorated team in all of college hockey.
Yeah. Good.
And they did it in the least amount of Frozen Fours out of the other 4 that had 9.
Okay, so we've been going for just a little bit over a half hour. We're going to be here every Friday at 2 p.m. or, given schedules, sometimes we won't be able to do every Friday. But for the most part, that's what we're going to try. The big thing is Mike is going to give you a couple of picks. He just told you what games to watch. Where are you looking bet? What are you looking bet-wise?
Bet-wise, so I find the best app to use is actually All Bets 365 for college hockey. I think that has
Bet365. Shout out Bet365. Yep. If you want to be a sponsor to us, Bet365, we'd love it.
For college hockey, they are the best. I use MGM. I actually don't use them for college hockey because I don't like their lines. Barstool's got a pretty good one. DraftKings has a great one, but all in all, I'm not. 365, I think, is the best one out there for college puck. As I said, to start it off, BU and Michigan State, I think you're winning it all. I think Cornell's going to win the ECAC. If I can find Richter futures, I'm throwing on Ian Shane from Cornell. I think Augustine and Fowler, respectively, will be there as well.
So next Friday, we're going to come back we'll have some lines. Mike will give you a couple of his future bets, but he's not going to give you all, but he's giving you his picks. But so, what's the first game you're going to bet on and give someone a line, and we'll
first game I'm going to bet on. Let me check the first weekend. Actually, I am going to take UMass on the road at Bentley, -1.5 to kick it off. Kick the whole season off.
Okay, there you go. That's UMass over Bentley.
-1.5. I don't have a spread or the odds yet, but I know they'll kick off at 1.5. I'm taking UMass. I hate bashing Bentley because I actually think they're one of the best coaches out there.
Right.
But
who's the coach, by the way?
He used to coach, former coach of UMass Lowell. He took them. He lost 3-2 to Denver at Denver, and then Denver would come to Boston and knock out Michigan and Minnesota State and win the national title for their
Andy Jones.
Yep. I think he's great, but it's tough to get people to play in the Atlantic when you can go a few miles east, west, north, or south and be in Hockey East. Friday, October 4th, my other pick is the over in Minnesota State and Michigan. If I can get 6 or 6.5, I'm taking the over.
All right. And, of course, Michigan's not going to have Uh,
Not going to have a lot.
Rucker McGrody, they've lost some guys, so obviously. So you're taking the over on Michigan State.
No, Michigan and Minnesota State.
Minnesota State versus Michigan. I even wrote it right. Michigan versus
Yep.
Minnesota. Okay.
Taking that over. If I can find 6.5, I'm taking that over. I think it's a 4-3 game. So 7th one, 6.5. Make sure your books, when you are betting, some don't count OT for college. For some reason, I saw that 365 and DraftKings does. So don't panic there. But I've seen a few like, nope, went to overtime. It's a push.
Yeah, and I still think it's about 35 states that have legalized gambling. So I know obviously it's not legalized everywhere. Obviously, we don't have it here, but I'm the host. Mike's the guy. He's going to let you know he makes money doing this. We love having you guys. We had a nice number, man. We had about 15 people pop in and just listen and chat. Didn't see anything on the Twitter. I think everybody is probably, still bitching about football and stuff, but
it was a flag on the Chiefs. They didn't call it.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, there's that too. I mean, I'll tell you, last night, as a Giants fan, I was so livid. They called a face mask on our player. He was the one who got face masked. I've never seen that before in my life. Anyway, don't want to get down to it. Appreciate everybody coming out. We'll be here every Friday. We'll try to do an hour for the most part. So Mike and I will bring the best we can of what's going on, who's killing it in college hockey. We're getting better, but he gave you a couple quick bets. So my friend Isaac says Capitals will beat the Blue Jackets tonight. I think you are right. Let's see. I think Ovi might be playing tonight too. We'll see.
Oh, so get Rico in here for a goal scoring prop.
No, yeah, I got to get those during the day. And then, guys, next week, starting Tuesday, we're back NHL Nightly 4 days a week for the rest of the hockey season. Until football's over, we're going to be Tuesday through Friday. Once football ends, we'll go back to Monday through Thursday. So, but it'll be good. So I'm super happy to have everybody. Andrew, everybody, thank you. Mike, thanks for taking time out of your day. We'll be back next Friday with the College Hockey Show. Appreciate everybody.
Love you guys.
Peace. All right, I wasn't ready. Bye.